I think losing, regardless of where you were supposed to be, it's tough. And I was talking to Avila. It's like the sound of everyone high fiving and hugs. It sucks. It never doesn't. And so it's not like any. It's not unlike any other. Obviously, our aspirations were a lot more than what we achieved. And I think guys who end up back here will remember that feeling again. And come spring training, that's what keeps you going. That sting of today carries over into next year, and then this time next year, hopefully, we're sitting in a different spot.
Phil?
Tyler, what were you thinking? What were the emotions when you see Ryan Presley out there to close out a series and move on?
Obviously, I first and foremost didn't want him to succeed in that inning. I would have loved to see him, a nice little 5-spot, maybe a grand slam or something. That'd have been cool. But at the same time, he's a friend, and he's worked and put himself in a really great spot with them, and it's good to see him have some success, and he's like I said, he's one of those guys. He'll be a friend forever, and good luck to him.
Betsy?
Hey Tyler, is it any more difficult in the sense that last year you knew you had a lot of guys coming back, and this year you've got a lot of guys, Nelson, Jake, Marwin, Trevor, that are heading into free agency, and this team might look a lot different next year?
Yeah, it's definitely I don't know if settling in yet is the right it's not there. It's you're saying hi and bye, and it's hopefully you see him somewhere, if not in the same locker room, in another clubhouse. It's one of those things every year. You never know who may or may not be back, and you just make sure and get those numbers and keep in touch. And it's one of those things down the road when baseball's over, because baseball only lasts for so long. So once that's over with, those are people you want to keep in touch with and things like that. It's one of the more difficult parts of our game, to be honest. The end of the year every year.
Dan?
Hey Tyler, you guys 3 days ago were celebrating a division title. How surprising is it to be sitting in this chair right now?
Yeah, it's not, like I said, it's not where you want to be. It's not what we anticipated, especially considering all the work, that we've done, not just even on the field to make this season happen. And, granted, that shouldn't matter, but to be honest, it did. For me individually, especially, there were times where I was like, where am I? And for all it to boil down to today, we had a chance to make a great run, and we just it just didn't work out. Ultimately we had a bad series. In a 162 game season, 3 games don't matter. It's just unfortunate this 3-game set. They got the better of us, and like I said, all these guys, when we come back to spring, and guys who end up somewhere else who had that same experience, it's something that sticks with you, and something that you should take and use as fuel to be more prepared for the next time you're in that situation.
Any other questions for Tyler?
Hey, Tyler. I was wondering if this season, to me anyway, it doesn't seem like 60 games. It seems longer, and I don't know if it feels that way for you, just because of the stress.
Right. Yeah, I kind of hinted at that. It feels like we played to September. Between ramping up at spring, going home, kind of in a holding pattern for that 2 months, whatever it was. You're mentally engaged in baseball still, and the constant talks of what might happen, what may not happen. Discussing with your families situations that may occur, and then it happening, and we roll into spring training 2.0, and that was pretty much get here and hit the ground running, and let's go play baseball. And fast forward, we're here, and between long trips, double headers, all everything we had, it was still quite a taxing year, for sure. And hopefully, I can't say enough. Hopefully this season, in so many ways, will prepare a lot of guys for the future. The stress of this won't be equaled in another baseball season, I don't think.
Stephanie?